Chairman, Maya Group of Colleges, and my dear friend, Sri M.L. Juyalji, my friend from the political fraternity, Mr. Naresh Gupta, my friend from Krishi Vigyan Kendra, Dr. Sanjay, and a very renowned personality who has brought a laurel to this area, working in the field of agriculture and making agricultural and horticultural activities a area of self-employment, Sri Premchand Sarmaji, all the learned scientists, those who have gathered here from the different part of the country, and the learned faculties of the Maya Group of Colleges, all the teaching and non-teaching staff, and my dear students, dear parents. It's indeed a proud privilege for me to stand here and say a few words. Speaker prior to me have dealt in a great details with the fine, the fine details of the strawberry cultivation and of course many more areas of the agriculture. As all of us know that since the time immemorial, the business, different business may come and go, may increase and decline, but the business of agriculture is synonym to life. So long there is a life, the agriculture as an activity is an essential part of our life. I have seen my group of colleges growing from a scratch. It started as an purely an engineering college, and having been diversified to the agriculture and many more branches of agriculture, horticulture and forestry. And these are really very demanding subject these days. Reason being with the changing climate, with the danger of the global warming and all that, there is a great need to go for a eco-friendly agriculture, eco-friendly activities. And when Juyals have told me that the college, the group of institutions have really diversified to these areas, this really was a great news for me. I represented this area where this institution is located long back, way back 91 to 2002, when this used to be an undivided constituency in the erstwhile state of Uttar Pradesh. And now after the creation of a new state of Uttarakhand, smaller constituencies were carved out, and I was sent to one corner of the area, that is Vikasnagar, the adjoining constituency, which I am presently representing. I mean, you can make it out also, because I'm trying to speak in a hurry, because I'm in a tearing hurry. I have to catch up with the other program immediately. I'm already late. So I had to beg with the folded hands with the Juyal Sahab ki, okay, give me I'll have to take a leave and push up to catch up with the next program. But especially our great Prime Minister Narendra Modi has completely transformed the society in the Indian society. Why do I say I'm not come here to make a political speech? I seldom make a political speech in such places. Though I'm a politician by my today's field of activities, but I seldom make a political speech, but I'm making just a passing reference that the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has transformed the Indian society to a great extent. How? The transformation is in terms of today the temperament of the people of this country has become scientific. Not necessary that everyone is a scientist. Everyone need not be a scientist as well. But even a social worker need to have a scientific temperament, I'll put it like this. Even a social worker need to have a scientific temperament. Even a literary person need to have a scientific temperament. Even a agriculturist, of course, agriculture is a serious area of science and technology. And the application of the biotechnology in the field of agriculture has really brought about a big change. Green revolution and all that, and the white flood and whatever we call it. So many things. India is poised to take a quantum jump in many areas. Poised to take a quantum jump. And knowledge industry is the biggest business of the world today. There shouldn't be any doubt about it. Knowledge business is the biggest business of the world today. Machine is not the biggest business. Manufacturing is not the biggest business. Knowledge industry is the biggest business of the world today. But when we talk about the knowledge business, then obviously there is absolutely no scope. There is not an iota of scope compromising with the quality. Because there is no buyer for third-class knowledge today. So any kind of a knowledge that we have today has to be world class. At the same time, we need to sensitize the society as well the educational institutions and plus the students as well. How to translate our knowledge into action. The education has fast expanded in our country. But unfortunately, the application of the knowledge has not expanded all that fast. Probably, if I remember correctly, Dr. Akhilesh Kumar has rightly pointed out, it looks very simple when we give the PowerPoint presentation of the certain things and looks very nice. Pictures always looks very nice. Cultivating strawberry, packing, grading, packing and all that, mulching and all that. It looks very nice. But while doing it practically on ground, at times it's a hell difficult thing. In our country, by and large, and unfortunately, education is identified with picking up a kind of a job which is white collar, where you need not do anything physically, just sit across the table, start writing, doing something on the computer, that's all. Here exactly lies the difference. I don't stand here to, this thing, gives a credit to the Western societies and all that. India is a much older society. We have a very, civilizational, so many things, and science was very old rooted in India. Even if we go back to the Vedic era, even the Vedic period had a lot of scientific knowledge, which are, very much applicable even today. But because of the colonial pattern of administration, my dear young friends, try to understand me. Because of the colonial approach of administration means preparing a people to render certain clerical support, clerical services to the government and not really going very far, was a colonial pattern of the education. I'd like to be excused for making a remark. As a layman, it can be put it that the colonial pattern of education was just to prepare the Indians to become a good servant of the Britishers. Or more precisely, to prepare the Babus. That really cut very deep into our roots. But now the time has changed. Why did I say the Prime Minister Modi has really woken up the sleeping talents, the potential I always say, see, what we normally see, we say this is very energetic, someone has a very high level of energy, but every living being has a latent energy as well. I always give an example by virtue of the fact that I had been a student of science at a very small level. You look at the water. When the water freezes, it becomes a ice. Ice is a temperature of 0 degree. If the ice melts, the water that is formed, it also has a 0 degree temperature. But the energy level difference between the ice and the water is a lot. The difference between the ice and the water, the energy level difference between the ice and the water is known as the latent heat. Likewise, the boiling water also has a temperature of 100 degree. Steam also has a temperature of 100 degree. But the energy level difference between the boiling water and the steam is quite a lot. That is a latent energy. Likewise, every living human being, or say every living being, has a latent energy. Supt urja. We are not aware of it. It is latent. The purpose of education, the purpose of government intervention, the purpose of government policies, the approach of planning should be such that a young man, young boy or a girl who has lot of latent energy, they are woken up. They get to realize themselves. They get to understand themselves. Yes, I am capable enough to do it. हमारे आध्यात्म के कहते हैं, महाभारत में प्रसंग आता है कि माता सीता को जब रावण अपहरण करके ले गए, तो भगवान राम की सेना सब बैठी है, भैया तो बीच में तो समुंदर है, 7 समुंदर है, पार कैसे जाएगा? इट्स इम्पॉसिबल. Then the elder Jaman comes and says, हनुमान जी, what are you looking at? तुम क्या देख रहे हो? अपने अंदर को पहचानो. Realize your internal strength. You have the capacity to cross the ocean in one single jump. You can fly. हनुमान जी झटका खा के खड़े होते हैं, कहते हैं, yes, I can do it. So ultimately, what our Prime Minister is doing, the Prime Minister is just trying to make the great Indian people, the ocean of young people, the youngest nation in the world that we call us today, the youth dividend that he normally talks about. What is it all this? He tries to remind us that, come on, woke up, come forward, work hard, strive hard, you can do it. If Obama can say in US, yes, we can, we say in India, yes, we, 130 billion people of India can do it. And we can definitely do it. But spiritually, traditionally also, we are the believer of the fact that the universe is a family. Vasudhaya Kutumbakam. What does it mean? I don't really attach a mythological meaning to this phrase. I look at this philosophy from a different angle. When we say universe is a family, that means, in other words, that whatever challenges, whatever competition we have in front of us, that is global. No challenge is local. No challenge is limited to a state or a country. With the new technologies, the entire world has been reduced into a village, global village. Therefore, our students, our product, be it a manufacturing, be it a human being, be it our any kind of a product that we produce, including our students, they have to prepare themselves to compete with the world at large. Therefore, it is always said, but at the same time, no point talking about the big things, talking about the Europe, talking about the America, talking about the developed countries of the world and not doing anything at home. If we really mean to catch up with them, if we really want to move ahead of them, even leave them behind and take a lead, that means we have to set an example at home. That is why I always jalsa make udharan hamesha deta hu. When this Uttarakhand state was created, rather when the movement for the creation of a new state, public agitation were going on, there was a Baba saint in Mussoorie. I did most part of my education in Mussoorie, so I have a long association with Mussoorie. So when the people used to take out a procession for Aaj Do Abhi Do Uttarakhand Raj Do, so there was a European Baba, he also used to move with the people. Gerua vastra pehen karke wo bhi jate the. So somebody asked him, Baba, European, what do you have got to do with this Uttarakhand Andolan and all that? So Baba bole, I am a Swiss by birth. I am born in Switzerland. I am Swiss by birth, Uttarakhandi by option. This is an emotional bonding he tried to express. But the next sentence he said, think globally, act locally. So this is what the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam really means. Your vision should be, you should be capable of looking at the world. What are the challenges, what are the demands, what are the requirements, what are the changes, what are the developments. But we need to make all-out efforts on our grounds where we are sitting, where we are living, where we are studying. I believe this is the whole area, and my happiness really knows no bounds when I see such a beautiful program and such a eloquent speaker, scientist, speaking on the various subjects of agriculture science. I'm sorry that I'm not in a position to be part of the deliberation for a longer time because of my other pre-scheduled programs, but Jayal Saab, definitely I'll come some other day. And I spend a little more time, much more time, interacting with your students and with your teachers, your faculties. And because, most of the time people tell me, you keep very busy. I say, no. तो मुझसे लोग कहते हैं आप क्या करते हैं कि मैं कुछ नहीं करता हूं तो कह जी आप खाली रहते हैं कि नहीं मैं बहुत बिजी रहता हूं तो कहते हैं फिर आप बिजी रहते हैं तो करते कुछ नहीं फिर क्या हुआ I always tell them I am busy without business. I am busy without business because Prime Minister Modi says it is none of the business of the government to do a business. It is none of the business of the government to do a business. Then what do I do actually? Or what do the government do actually? So I always say, I do nothing. I'm merely a facilitator. My job is to encourage, facilitate the institutions, the individuals, the people, the administration, everyone, the common man, to do something good for the nation, for themselves, for the society. So this is what exactly I've been doing. I have been invited to such a wonderful, beautiful program. So I'd like to extend my sincere thanks to my group of colleges and the vibrant, the rich, the glimpses of the beautiful regional and the national culture that we saw on the stage performed by the student is again the other aspect of our strength. This is also our strength, which is rarely seen in the rest part of the world. That is why I said we are a oldest civilizational country, no match. We are unparalleled in the world and will be on the top of the world one day. Let us take this resolve. Thank you very much. Good luck to all of you.